Just over 2 years ago, I was in the worst place I have ever been with my physical appearance. And I'd made a series of choices with my appearance that I didn't understand, that were making me feel so unattractive, not beautiful, not like myself. When I took photos of myself for the first time in my life, I didn't feel like I looked my best, and I thought this was just part of getting older and I would never feel pretty again. Over the last few years, I have devoted pretty much all my time into learning about personal style and what makes us come alive. And I learned that it's not the things everyone on the internet these days is telling you. It's got nothing to do with botox, filler, buying expensive clothing, or adhering to a specific aesthetic. The world is trying to sell you products. These things might give you a boost, but they are not going to dramatically transform the way you feel. After learning different style theories and systems, I now know exactly why the series of choices I made didn't work for me and why they made me feel so terrible. And since I've learned how to make myself feel beautiful and enhance my natural beauty, which does still exist even though I have aged. And now I'm the most confident I have ever been with my physical appearance. Today I'm going to give you the tools which I have learned over the past 2 years that actually work. This is a 7-day plan that you can enact after watching this video, and you will definitely find at the end of it like you're a new person. My name is Ellie-Jean, I'm a style consultant, and on this channel, we find out style by finding ourselves. So this 7-day glow up program is split into 2 sections, 3 days of learning, 4 days of action. So on day 1, we're learning about colors. The idea is you're going to find the colors that light you up. And the reason we're starting with color is because this is the thing you can change in your appearance, which is going to make the most immediate impact that you can see. If you don't know a lot about fashion, clothing, it can all feel really overwhelming, but most of us have a pretty standard understanding of colors. So to define your features, you need to look at your face, so that's your skin, eyes, lips, and hair, and try to define the colors you see there, and try and go beyond white, black, pink. With your hair, go beyond brown. What kind of brown is it? Because most people have a shade of brown hair, so stopping there is not going to do the work for you. Is it kind of gingery? Does it have reddish tones? Get in the light and see how it affects the colors of your hair. Look in the mirror. Does it have more mousy, ashy tones to it? Does it have a kind of grey feel to it? If you have grey hair, what was your hair like when you were younger? How has it changed? How quickly has it changed? You can write your answers to this down. In fact, I encourage you to do so. And in fact, there is a template in the description which will help you define your features and do a quiz to help you find your color season. But also go through your wardrobe and test out different colors that you like. Put them against your facial features in a mirror and see if everything becomes one. Absolutely trust yourself on what looks good and what doesn't. You do have that ability in there, unless you're colorblind or have similar visual problems. But for the majority of us, we do have those instincts when we look in the mirror to see which colors come together. That's why art exists. And try and log these things that you see. Make sure you're doing this with no makeup. If you're enjoying this video, you should check out my book, How to Dress Your Best. In this book, I break down various systems to finding your personal style to help you dress your best. In fact, I think this would be the absolute key book for you to have on your shelf if you're watching this particular video. It breaks down things like finding your personal style, finding what looks good on you, and then how to actually organize your wardrobe. So if you're enjoying this video, this basically goes into all of these elements in more depth. The link is in the description for pre-order. I would be so grateful if you consider pre-ordering as opposed to ordering the book, because it means the more pre-orders I make, the more chance I actually have of seeing this in store, which would be so amazing, and getting to #1 on the Amazon bestseller list for fashion and beauty. Day 2 is all about body types. So once you have an understanding of color, you can start learning about body types and your silhouettes. Now don't panic, this isn't going to be a 2000s style look into your body type. This isn't about all the insecurities on your body and how to hide them. That's a rhetoric I really disagree with. Instead, it's about finding the things that are unique about your body type and letting those things shine. So again, it starts with defining your features, learning a little bit about you. So look in front of a mirror or take a photo of yourself at chest height. You want to make sure it has your entire body, head to toe, not just the middle section of your body, but your entire frame. And it shouldn't be like where the phone is leaning at an angle so you look distorted. It should look face on exactly. Using this, you can get a good understanding of what you look like. Now you can zoom into different parts of your body, whether that be your shoulders, your waist, your chest, your hips. Don't be afraid of your body. I feel like that's somewhat controversial advice, but there is nothing to be frightened of with your appearance, and you don't need to be afraid of looking at it. In fact, I suggest that everyone gets used to looking at their bodies and coming to terms with what they see there, because I see different bodies all day, every day as part of my job, and all of you have things that are incredibly beautiful about you, and you can find the most stereotypically perfect body in someone's eyes, and that girl still writes me an email saying that she hates everything about her body. This is just part of being a woman, I think, and we have to stop talking about ourselves that way and start looking at the things in front of us and either being positive or neutral about them and just seeing them as shapes. So try and define those shapes that you see. Are your shoulders kind of pointy? Are they sloped, or are they really squarish? Again, I have a playlist of videos here all on my system, the body matrix. What you're trying to get down to is 3 keywords to define your body type. And this is the foundation of my system, the body matrix. Overall, are you wide, medium, or narrow? Long, medium, or short? Straight, medium, or rounded? And if you need a little bit of help with that, make sure to check out this video. Now compare the items in your wardrobe. The learning days are all about getting things out, seeing what's there, trying to define things, learning about your terms. So take the items in your wardrobe. Is that straight? Is that rounded? Is that soft? Is that hard? Is that structured? Try and find vocabulary around your clothing. Day 3 is about your essences. So this is the vibe you give off with your features. And the idea is that you match your clothing with your vibe. One of my essences is ingenue. So I have a kind of sweet, youthful, innocent appearance as opposed to, say, a really sexy, womanly, mature appearance. So I would then find things in my wardrobe which also use those keywords. Try and define things in your wardrobe. What vibe do they give off? Are they kind of edgy? Are they bold? Are they earthy? Are they rugged? Here are some keywords that you might use to start to describe some of these items in your clothing. And then you can see if they match your features. There are loads of Pinterest boards. These ones by Truth is Beauty are absolutely incredible on essence combinations. You can use this to learn how the different essences come together and also what makes them unique and different to each other. Of course, this is a long process, and the learning process of the 3 days is emblematic of where you can start, but honestly, I do think spending 3 days focusing on these things is absolutely going to make a difference to your style and give you the majority of what you need to know. And then from that, you can develop your understanding of the essences, body types, color seasons, over months and months and months. But this is fashion, and I don't expect it to become your full-time job. So if you want to learn about essences, check out this video here. Day 4 is the first day of 4 days of action. So on this day, you're going to get a hair appointment. Hair is everything. Just like Fleabag says, hair surrounds your facial features and it's a huge part of your outfit that you're going to wear every single day. I feel for most people, starting here is going to make the biggest difference to your style. And in fact, if you're feeling low right now about your appearance in comparison to the past, it probably lies in your hair. And that was absolutely true when I was at my lowest point. So you're going to get a hair appointment, set aside a budget, and use what you've learned about colours and essences especially. Create a mental picture of what your hair will look like. Do some research on Pinterest. Which colours work particularly well for your colour season? Which styles and shape work for your essences, and also which colours work for your essences. For instance, if you have ingenue, lighter colours will bring that out, but if you're a dark autumn, darker colours will bring that out. So how can you marry the two, and how do dark autumns with a similar essence marry the two? Again, I have loads of Pinterest boards with inspiration on these things with different celebrities, so make sure you check those out and try and find something that feels right to you, that echoes your features. Finding style muses is a really, really great way to start making choices which feel more harmonious with you. Now, at your hair appointment, when it comes to styling, ask your hairdresser if you can have a go. The role of your hairdresser, yes, is to give you an amazing look at the end, but there's no point if they've styled it in a specific way that you don't know how to do, because you won't be able to replicate that at home. Watching tutorials online can often go too quickly, whereas being with a hairdresser, they can tell you what mistake you've made. So if they use a curler in a specific way, ask them if you can have a go and if they can teach you how to do it by yourself at home. You know, some hairdressers can get bored of doing the same thing every day, and it can be really fun to do something a little bit different. So don't be afraid of sounding rude or like they won't want to help you. They absolutely will. Day 5 is to create your signature makeup look. Again, most of those days where I felt my lowest have been to do with colour, specifically the colours I put on my face. So for example, if you take the picture of someone's face, you probably wouldn't be able to recognise them by their chin and their jawline, if we're looking at a celebrity for instance, but you will recognise them just by the eye alone. The eye is how we recognise other people. And extending that, you definitely won't recognise them by their shoulder. Although I think I could recognise Taylor Swift by her shoulder. But the point is, The face is incredibly important and it's not something to be forgotten. If you don't like to wear makeup for whatever reason, that's absolutely fine and you do you ultimately. But can I encourage that you maybe give it a go? I, for instance, don't usually wear any foundation. The only time I'll wear foundation is if I'm doing one of these videos or if I have a particularly fancy event like a party to go to. But something like colour, whether it's eyeshadow, lipstick, blush, can make a huge difference to your entire look. And it can only take 5 to 10 minutes of your day every day. So when we're doing makeup, we're no longer going to go into Boots, pick something out and hope that it works. We now have the tools of, again, colours and essences mainly to inform this part of our appearance. So for instance, if you have very dramatic features, you're going to want dramatic makeup looks. So that means kind of bold and powerful and intense. So use those keywords to inform how you do your makeup look. And then you can bring in colours from your colour season, making sure that they're either cool or warm toned, light or dark, soft or bright. You want it to be easy, not having too many steps, but something that with just that lipstick and that eyeshadow, for instance, your entire look is transformed. And the reason we're assigning a day to this is you can do it many times until you get it right, until you feel, yes, that is the look. Day 6 is, of course, organising your wardrobe. You want to go through each clothing item and rate it according to the 3-tier editing system. You can watch my video about that here. The idea ultimately is, how close is it to your perfect item? So you're checking the item for colour season, essence, and body type. So remember your keywords. So if it's colour season, is it cool toned, light, and bright? If it's not, you put it in a separate pile. Does it work for your body matrix? Is it narrow, long, and straight? If it only works for one of your things, you put it in a different pile. If it works for none of your things, you put it in a different pile. And if it works for everything, you put it in a different pile. So you have 3 piles ultimately of not right at all, kind of right, absolutely perfect. And the idea is that you're always wearing something perfect. And then you can get a good use of your wardrobe. Now slowly you can replace the not quite perfect items with perfect items, but it doesn't have to be something that you do all at once. And if you're starting out and you only have not quite perfect items, well, you're going to start there with mixing those with the not at all perfect items in your wardrobe, and then you can slowly add perfect pieces to bring out the best of that item. It's perfectly normal to have a wardrobe full of clothes that aren't 100% perfect, but it's good to know which ones are so you can really use them to the best of their potential. And now you can organise your wardrobe accordingly, so you can have your best pieces in one place, your second best pieces in another, and your third best pieces in another. Or if you prefer, you can organise by category, so you have your shirts, your skirts, and so on, but you have your best pieces in one side. And on day 7, you're going to create outfit templates. So using the Pinterest boards for the body matrix types and combining those with inspiration from the colour seasons and essences boards, you can create outfit templates using your existing clothing. You could use a wardrobe tracker like Index to catalogue your clothes and then create and record outfits so you know to come back to them. So you could do this virtually, or you could do it in real life by trying on your clothes and taking pictures of each outfit so that you can keep them as a reference to return to. I find that having inspiration online is only so good when you're in a rush and you need to put an outfit on. Having examples of things you've already put together is the best place to start. So those are the 7 days of learning and action, which should give you at least some kind of foundation into giving yourself the glow up that you want. Of course, learning about your personal style is a long process. It's taken me 2 years, and there will be things that work for you and things that don't work for you. But if you want to enhance your features, this is a really good place to begin. Ultimately, being more engaged and thoughtful about your style and yourself is going to have an effect one way or another. Perhaps you don't get it perfect on the first go. Don't be too unkind to yourself. Be patient. You will be making improvements, and I bet when you look back in a couple of months, you'll see how far you've come. If you enjoyed this video, I suggest you check out my email newsletter, Style Scholars. Each week I offer tips and style advice based on different style systems and theories, and we have an amazing community. You should absolutely check out this playlist, which is How To Body and Style for Beginners, which is everything on finding your body type, colour season and essence, as well as Style Roots, which I haven't talked about in this video, but that's about conveying your personal style as well as having a visual, physical glow up. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.